You don't fall for them immediately. At first, it just feels like intensity, not pain. They're unpredictable. Warm one day, distant the next. And somehow, that uncertainty makes you try harder. You tell yourself it's love. But later, you realize you were mostly trying to win them. So why does your brain keep choosing people who slowly drain you? And more importantly, why does it feel familiar? You start to notice a pattern. You're drawn to people who don't fully choose you. At the beginning, there's excitement. Your mind starts building possibilities. You replay their messages. You analyze their tone. You wait for signs. And when they pull away, your thoughts get louder. What did I do wrong? How do I fix this? It doesn't feel like attraction anymore. It feels like effort. And yet, when someone stable shows genuine interest, something strange happens. You lose curiosity. The chemistry fades. You might even think, they're nice, but something's missing. What's missing is not love. It's emotional unpredictability. Here's what's important to understand before anything else. You are not choosing pain because you like pain. You are choosing familiar emotional patterns. Your brain isn't asking, is this healthy? It's asking, is this recognizable? The brain is designed for prediction, not happiness. If your early experiences included inconsistent attention, mixed signals, or love that felt conditional, your nervous system learned something quiet and powerful. Love requires effort. Love requires proving. This is not a flaw in you. It is an adaptation. Your brain built a survival strategy using the only emotional data it had. And survival strategies repeat until they are understood. Attraction is not just emotional, it is neurological. There's a concept in behavioral psychology called intermittent reinforcement. When rewards are unpredictable, dopamine doesn't just increase when you receive something. It increases when you anticipate it. This is the same system that makes gambling addictive. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. But the uncertainty keeps the brain engaged. Now apply this to relationships. When someone is consistently caring, your brain quickly predicts their behavior. Prediction reduces those dopamine spikes. But when someone alternates between warmth and distance, your brain cannot predict the outcome. So it tries harder. It pays more attention. It becomes emotionally invested. The brain interprets uncertainty as importance. Think of your emotional system like a radio searching for a signal. A clear signal requires no effort, but a broken signal makes you keep adjusting the dial. The more noise, the more focus. But there's another layer: memory. Your brain stores emotional templates from early experiences. When someone new matches that template, even without you realizing it, your brain labels them as familiar. And familiarity often gets mistaken for compatibility. So the attraction isn't random, it's pattern recognition. But patterns can change if you learn how to interrupt them. Step 1. Notice the dopamine trap. When you feel strongly drawn to someone inconsistent, pause. Ask yourself, does the attraction increase after they pull away? When you recognize that loop, it begins to weaken. That feeling isn't chemistry. It's an uncertainty response. Step 2. Separate familiar from healthy. Write 2 lists. What feels familiar? What feels emotionally safe? They are often very different. The brain confuses memory recognition with emotional compatibility. Writing forces you to see that difference. Step 3. Slow down your emotional investment. Instead of imagining potential, observe behavior. Instead of thinking, this could be something serious, shift to, I'm learning how this person shows up over time. Time exposes patterns that intensity hides. Step 4. Redefine what chemistry means to you. When someone stable feels less exciting, stay curious instead of pulling away. Your nervous system is calibrated to unpredictability. Consistency initially feels neutral, not because it lacks connection, but because it lacks emotional spikes. Instead of calling it boring, call it regulated. Your nervous system is learning a new emotional language. Step 5. Build reward from within. Create sources of meaning that aren't tied to someone else's attention. Creative work, movement, growth. When your dopamine comes from multiple places, your brain becomes less dependent on relational uncertainty. You stop waiting for someone's warmth to feel valued, because the value is already there. Think of your emotional system as a map. Early experiences drew the first roads. Later relationships follow those roads automatically. You were never consciously choosing the destination. You were following familiar routes. But the moment you become aware of the map, something shifts. You don't erase the roads. You build new ones. Consistency begins to feel warmer. Calm begins to feel deeper. And attraction slowly moves away from intensity towards safety. There is nothing strange about wanting connection. There is nothing weak about feeling deeply. The only confusion happens when intensity disguises itself as love. Attraction is not always a signal of compatibility. Sometimes it is a signal of memory. And memory can change. Not by forcing yourself to feel differently, but by understanding why you feel this way in the first place. The people who didn't choose you were never the real pattern. The pattern was familiarity. And once you see it, you don't have to keep repeating it.